Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm doing something a little different. If it does well, I will continue to do on the channel. I thought I would give some insight into the strategies and ideas behind some of the Pokemon I use for competitive battling. As you can see, I've pretty much been in Master Ball tier every season that I've played, the only exception to that being Season 8, where I played for like maybe the first day or two, and then I had other things that were a little more important pop up in life. So I stopped playing, and then I didn't play at all in 9, 10, 11, or 12. Got back into it in 13 and 14, and I'm in the Master tier again. So if you want to count Season 8, then I've been in the Master Ball tier 9 of the 10 seasons that I've played. If you don't want to count that one, because I didn't really get to spend as much time with it as I wanted to, then I'm 9 for 9. I kind of see it as 9 for 10, but I'll let you all decide for yourselves what you think of that. And as you can see, I've got my quote that I've said in many videos in the past, that any Pokemon can be good. Some just take more effort than others. I mean, anyone can use Garchomp and tell it to Earthquake and Outrage. Now, those that could take, say, an Execute and win. I just said that because Execute's in my party, apparently, at the moment. That's a different ballgame. That's a different story. I feel like that takes a little more skill and thought. But for today's episode, I'm starting with the first Pokemon I ever had. Well, technically, the first Pokemon I ever had was Squirtle. But my reliable partner, Blastoise, I've had through the years. And as you can see, I've got a couple different iterations of Blastoise here. I actually technically have 5. I also have a shiny one, but it is still in Pokemon Home because it was a toxic Iron Defense, Scald, Rest Blastoise with Chesto Resto, so a Chesto Berry as its item. And Blastoise doesn't get toxic anymore, so I decided to leave that one in Pokemon Home for the time being so that it doesn't lose that move. Same with Scald. But here are the 4 that can be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Only the first one does not have a Master Ball tier ribbon yet. I will be working on that. He was in my party. That's why my party looks like it has 5 instead of 6, as I've been using him for the post-game stuff. So I will eventually get him a ribbon, because I know his set works. Without further ado, though, let's get started. So as you can see, this Blastoise. This first Blastoise is a quiet nature. Why a quiet nature? Because my first Blastoise ever, after natures became a thing, had a quiet nature. So as a sign of respect to that original Blastoise, we use a quiet nature here. We have the Assault Vest on it, so we have a little bit of extra beef on our special defense. Our EVs, as I hit the wrong button, good job me. Our EVs, 252 defense, 252 HP, that's why that works really well with the Assault Vest. The idea here is essentially Hydro Pump, Earthquake, Ice Beam. And then we also have Surf if we need a more reliable hit. This was a tweak to my original Blastoise. My original Blastoise had Strength instead of Surf. And I figured, A, well, some of the game's Strength isn't a move. And B, there was something better we could put there, Surf. You'll see in one of the other movesets, I've even tweaked this one a little further as well over time. This Blastoise does surprisingly well. Like, you wouldn't think it does that well, but this Blastoise does really well. Especially if you get a neutral matchup, like I had a battle against a Scizor the other day. It was not in Master Ball tier, so no ribbon. I think it might have been an Ultra Ball battle. And we essentially did Hydro Pump, survived their hit, and Hydro Pump again, Scizor goes down. So again, it can work. And that's the motto on my channel, is to make all these Pokemon work. They don't necessarily have to be Garchomp or the Therian form, Landorus, or Heatran. Like, they don't have to be Fluttermane. The idea is, can you win with these guys? Can you make it work so that your favorite Pokemon is usable? So that's this first Blastoise. Again, this one does not have the mark yet. As you can see, it has plenty of other ribbons. But ribbons and marks. But I will work on getting it that ribbon before long. The only reason it doesn't have the ribbon is the fact that, again, it was in my party. Going to Blastoise number 2. Also an Assault Vest. That's going to be a very popular item for a lot of my movesets. Assault Vest is a great item. Also, I do prefer water as the Terra type on these. On a couple of them, there are some other options, but on that first Blastoise, you just go all-out water into Hydro Pump, essentially. Alright, second Blastoise. This is, again, water. But this is why I was talking about with the tweak. This one was actually caught in Let's Go Pikachu. It was my competitive Blastoise in that game. Again, similar moveset, although I see I need to add some power points to Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump, Earthquake, Ice Beam, but now you see the evolution to have Aqua Jet in there. We're running the... let's see, where's the nature at? Where are you? There we go. The gentle nature instead of the quiet nature, so still speed down. That's mostly because we don't want to hinder our attack because of the Aqua Jet possibility. So you go speed down. We've maxed out the special defense. In this one's case, I just 252 special attack, 252 attack, 4 into HP. Technically 6 into HP, but those last 2 points don't count. It was 6 HP for the other Blastoise as well, I believe. Let me see. No, 6 for special attack. My bad. Either way, your special attack or special defense. Been a while since I've made that one, so a little rusty there on the memory. But anyway, this one is... While both my Blastoise I've shown so far work, this one is the better option as opposed to using Surf. I really think the Hydro Pump Surf debate should be for your number 1 slot. I think if you're not using a boosted Blastoise, like from Shell Smash or something, it should be Hydro Pump, because you really need that extra damage, especially as power creep keeps creeping up in the newer games. So I prefer Hydro Pump in this situation for Blastoise, but I really think Aqua Jet is the best attack, because again, I had another battle against a Gargasol, where we had 2 Hydro Pumps that weren't quite enough, but we were able to squeak in the Aqua Jet to take it out. So, yeah. The Aqua Jet really does come in handy, and again, since we aren't hindering our attack, we get the most we can get out of that Aqua Jet. Special defense and defense aren't quite as high. Defensively, I mean, physical defense as the first Blastoise. As you can see, the special defense is better, because we've got that Assault Vest and we've got the correct nature to help that. And as you can see, this one has the Master Rank ribbon. Yes, I am aware you can get the Master Rank ribbon for just having a Pokemon in your battle team, even if you don't use it. But the way I do things with my Pokemon is I'm always testing to see what works and what doesn't work, and what you can get away with and what you can't get away with in Pokemon. So, I'm not satisfied with them just getting a ribbon. I want them to get a ribbon because they contributed to getting the ribbon. So I would not show the Pokemon off unless it had actually won a battle, with exception to that very first Blastoise. So any of the ones you see with a ribbon have legitimately won a fight. If they didn't win a fight, I would show one of their other marks instead. On to Blastoise number 3. This is the one that I could debate having a different Terra type. I do have water on mine, but I've thought about adjusting it to be a dragon or a fighting, like just to take advantage of one of those other pulses. I have the Assault Vest on it. This is really meant to be more of a Mega Blastoise. That's why we've got all the Pulse and Spear moves. But surprisingly, this does still work. Water Pulse, of course, has the chance to cause confusion. And while it is a weaker water move, you don't have to worry about the accuracy of it. And of course, if you go Terra Water, you're getting a little extra oomph out of it anyway. Dragon Pulse is just good for all the dragons that are out there. Aura Sphere, Dark Pulse. As you can see, this one, full Modest Nature, just all HP and special attack. I think the other points are in... It might be speed. I'm not sure. But regardless, the important points, the first 252 categories are HP and special attack here. Yeah, this one's really just more for coverage. There's not a whole lot that this thing doesn't hit super effective, and most of the things it can't hit super effective, it can hit neutrally. So this one just really works. I bred this one apparently in the Sun and Moon games. That one says Kalos, so that was X and Y. So yeah, not a whole lot more to say about that one other than that it's meant to be a Mega Blastoise, but it somehow still works nowadays. This is the one that I was debating the most on changing the Terra type. I'm really debating Terra Steel on this one, just because it would make our electric weakness a neutral hit, and of course we would resist grass. And we have Flash Cannon to take advantage of being a Steel Terra type. This one is all speed and special attack. The idea, Shell Smash. We have the White Herb to get our defenses back. And then you Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon. This set you could potentially run Surf on because you are getting that boost. But I feel like if you're running Surf, you're going to be hoping more for super effective hits. Whereas the boosted Hydro Pump, if it hits, can do more neutrally. Yeah, those are my four Blastoise. As you can see, those three all have... this was also one that could Gigantamax and transform. They all have ribbons except that first one, who will get a ribbon at some point. But yeah, this is Blastoise, one of my favorite Pokemon. It's always been good for me throughout the years. It was a staple in Diamond and Pearl, a staple in Black and White. As you can see, like I had one in X and Y I ran. I had one in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and they're all pretty much holding up now. Yeah, I mean, it's just a great Pokemon. Assault Vest and White Herb, definitely two of the better items to put on a Blastoise. They're not the only things you could put on a Blastoise, but they're the better things. Other moves that you could consider for Blastoise. Well, let's see if this one has any that are good. Again, Earthquake and Flash Cannon are both good. It does get Wave Crash now in Scarlet and Violet if you wanted to make a physical Blastoise. At one point, I was experimenting with a physical Blastoise, but I just didn't use it, so it wasn't that it was bad, I just didn't... I found myself that if I went into battle, I went, oh, I have all these Blastoise. I wasn't picking it, so I just didn't keep it. But you can absolutely make a physical Blastoise. Its special attack and physical attack are very similar, if not identical. I think they're just similar, though. Like, there might be, like, 5 points difference. Iron Defense. Again, I had the Toxic Blastoise that would Iron Defense. So Wave Crash is an option. Iron Defense. It does learn Protect naturally. Rapid Spin could give you a speed boost if you don't want to use Shell Smash. So yeah, I mean, Blastoise, it's a versatile Pokemon. I mean, there's plenty of people that run a Yawn set on Blastoise. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Let me check the TMs I've got just for more ideas. Rock Tomb could be interesting. Avalanche could be interesting. I already discussed like Ice Punch for a physical Blastoise. Never really thought of using Rock Slide on a Blastoise, but that could work. Again, I use Dark Pulse, so if you're going to run a physical one, you could easily Crunch. So, I mean, there's a lot of good options. Hydro Cannon. The only problem with Hydro Cannon is I feel like I could maybe have 2 Hydro Pumps instead of 1 Hydro Cannon. Focus Blast is always an option if you can get over the accuracy. Terra Blast, depending on what your Terra type is. Maybe Weather Ball if you're on a weather team. I don't really recommend Muddy Water because, like, Surf just is more accurate than Muddy Water, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I mean, you can run Blastoise a bunch of different ways. I know I have most of these with Assault Vest, but like, for example, in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, you didn't have items, so this was good even without the Assault Vest. This Blastoise, I believe instead of Assault Vest, I used to run a Citrus Berry on it. So, Citrus Berry can work. I mean, it's just a great Pokemon. It's very versatile, and I love Pokemon that have stats that allow them to be versatile. I don't like it when Game Freak makes a Pokemon, it's like, oh, this is the only way you can use it. Because it's just more fun for me to experiment and try see all the different things you can do with the Pokemon. But yeah, this is the first episode. Kind of short, but just to give everyone an idea, a look into how I do things with my Pokemon and my strategies. I hope that this was insightful and maybe it gave someone some ideas if they were struggling on what to do for Blastoise. Really, the big thing with Pokemon is just have fun with it and don't be afraid to try things. I mean, I've got a bunch of Pokemon where there's multiple variations. I won't go too deep into them because that's not their episodes. But like, I've got a couple different Charizards, a couple different Pikachus, a couple different Raichus. Let me get to their picture so I don't spoil too much here. A couple different Raichus, 2 different Magneton. As you can see, a lot of different Mucks. Like, we'll have some more episodes where I delve deeper into some of these other Pokemon. But just have fun with it and don't be afraid to try things, because you never know when you're going to come up with the next big thing, the next awesome strategy that no one else saw coming. I know that I feel like some of my Terra types I've selected have really confused people. I know Terra Bug, and there aren't very many people that go Terra Bug, and it confuses the heck out of people when you go Terra Bug. It's almost like they can't figure out what they need to do. I've even thought about doing a Terra Bug Blastoise for the grass moves to be ineffective and such. So I mean, there's so many things. Pokemon is just fun. It's fun. Actually, now that I say that, is grass ineffective against bug? I feel like it is, but that's one of those matchups you don't always get. I'm going to check it here in the video so everyone can see my face when I realize I either was right about that or I was dead wrong. Let's see. Best thing to do is just find a bug Pokemon in the Pokedex and see how it reacts to being hit by, like, Energy Ball. Let's do Heracross should be pretty simple. Or, what's its name? Pineco. Pineco would be good. It's pure bug. Alright. According to this, yeah, it's ineffective against grass. Okay. Grass is ineffective against bug. I thought so, but it sounded weird when I said it for some reason. Alright, but that's another example of all the resistances. I mean, bug is resistant to ground, grass, etc. But yeah, this was the Blastoise episode. I hope everyone enjoyed. I plan to do more of these in the future. Since this was a shorter video, I might do more than one Pokemon in the future. Certainly, I think that if I do an episode that has, like, evolutions in it, like, for example, with Incineroar, I do have a Torracat set, so I'll probably just do them in one video. I used to have an Eviolite War Turtle set, but it was, again, a toxic set, which is not something you can do in Scarlet and Violet, so I don't need to go over that in too much detail. But again, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you next time with another Pokemon strategy video. Alright, bye-bye.